Today is March 2nd, 2026. It is Monday, and why am I coming to you on a Monday? Well, it's because it is Fancy Folks Wrap Up. So, if you are interested to see the progress I made with the 7 projects that I introduced to you on February 1st, tag along. Let's see what I did. Hi, my name is Addie, and welcome to Addie's Cross and Quilts. If you're new, welcome. I hope you enjoy what you see. You subscribe, you hit the like, and leave me a heart emoji. To my returning subscribers and my new subscribers, hi, welcome back. I feel the love, I feel the love, I feel the love. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. It is all about my wrap up with my Fancy Folks February, and I am going to be sharing the progress that I made throughout the month of February with the ladies. Unfortunately, I had picked 7 projects and I was only able to work on 6. I got a little sick. I had, with the way the weather has been, Mother Nature is complaining back. She's telling you guys you're not taking care of me, and I'm going to let you know. Anyway, with the way the weather has been, my fibro and chronic pains have been flaring up, and because of that, I had to take a couple days where I just couldn't stitch. I had to just be a lug in bed, but that's okay because I still was able to stitch, and that's what it's all about. When you can, you can, and when you can't, you can't, right? So with all further ado, I am going to start by inserting the first video, which is supposed to be Ella the Frog Princess, and let me bring her out and you will see the first video, because what I did was I was supposed to start Ella the Frog Princess on February 1st, and I was going to be stitching her from February 1st to February 4th of 1, 2, 3, 4. So I will be inserting the vlog of where she was from the 1st to the 4th right here. Hi Stitchy friends, this is Addie. Today is Sunday, February 1st, 2026. Earlier today, I did the drawings and I drew 7 of the fancy ladies or fancy folks that I would be working on throughout the month of February. My first pick was Ella the Frog Princess, as this is what it is. This is who she is. I am stitching Ella on a I am stitching Ella on a 28 count opalescent Lucana by Bestitch Me called Blue Moon, and this is where I am at currently. This is her current state. So I do have threads hanging, but that's how it is. Also, please note that I am doing a color conversion. Her color conversion is I'm using 437, 436, 435, 434, and 433. So, and the blend, I'm using 434 and 435 for the blend. So as we move along, every day that I stitch on her, I will be doing a before at the end of the beginning of the day and a beginning of the day and an end of the day little video. So this is the beginning of the day. I started late because of course it's Sunday and I have other stuff to do, but I will be stitching for a few hours with her, and then I will start again tomorrow morning to show where I ended and where I ended and where I'm going to start for day 2. And hopefully we will get to enjoy the next 4 days, and then we'll switch over to Angel Fish, which is project 2. I will be doing this special edition, kind of sort of like vlog style, and I will be compiling all of this at the end of February so that we can all enjoy it together as we see the progress of our stitches. Enjoy! Today's February 2nd. Today is day 2 of my stitching on Ella the Frog Princess. And this is where I'm at. At first I was gonna do a starting of the day and ending of the day, and I realized that it doesn't make sense, because if I show you at the end of the day, then I don't have to show you at the beginning of the day. So I'm just going to be doing the beginning of the day. So yesterday I stitched this. I think I stitched like 4 hours, like 2.5, 4 hours. I think I stitched like 370 something stitches, maybe a little bit more, because I was kind of falling asleep and then I stopped counting. So I'm close to 400 stitches, but as yesterday I just had this and then I stitch all of this. I'm doing a skin conversion, so I shared that with you. And let's see how much stitches I get done today. But she is coming along beautifully. My plan for today is to finish her head and her chest area and do her hair, and then once I get this part, then I'm going to start coming down. So let's see how much I get done today. Good morning, Stitchy friends. Today is Tuesday, February 3rd, 2026, and this is day 3 of my stitching Ella the Frog Princess. And this is my progress. As you can see, I have done almost her face, almost her chest, and I have done a little bit of her hair piece. This is her hair piece. This is where it's at. Let's get a focus. Yeah, there it is. So yes, I am doing a color conversion, and I am going to start working. I'm going to try to see, I don't know what I'm going to do, because yesterday I wanted to do her hair, but then I was like, I don't know. Anyway, so one of the things I am stumped with is that the back stitching for her outline of her skin, the pattern calls, I don't know if you can see that back stitching, the pattern calls for 640, and it looks nice, but it's more like an olivey green. But I'm thinking about using 632, just because. So at least for her skin. So I'm still in debating about whether to use 632 or even the darker, 434, which is like a the darkest brown of my color conversion, to do the back stitching and the outlining. So that's where I'm at right now, and we will see you tomorrow, which will be the last day of my day 4. Bye. Hi, Stitchy friends. Today is Wednesday, February 4th, 2026. This is day 4 of my stitching Ella the Frog Princess. I have been stitching on her for the past 3 days, and this is day 4. And here she is, Ella the Frog Princess. This is where she's at. This is how much I was able to do. So I was able to completely finish her shoulders, her face. I worked on beating her crown and coming down to the other shoulder. So she's coming along. I did do a color conversion. If anybody is interested in it, let me know. But look how beautiful she looks. Isn't she gorgeous? So moving along, the next fancy folk, I call her a fancy folk, even though some people may not, because it's not a person, it's a fish. But here's the video. Good morning, Stitchy friends. Today is Thursday, February 5th, 2026, and we are starting a new fancy folk. Yes, this angelfish is also a fancy folk. It's from Bella Filipina. I had gotten this pattern when I went to the Stitching Sirens Under the Sea Fabric 2023 retreat, and I'm in a little bit of a dilemma because I started this twice. I had started this on a 32 count opalescent linen by the name of River Sticks, and I was liking it, but I wasn't sure, and then I started it on this one, which is it is a 16 count opalescent Ada called Atlantis, and I think I'm going to work on this one because it's halfway done. So this is where we're at, and this is where I'll continue working on. And I think I had stopped because there was a counting error, so I will work on this here and we'll go from there. So this is where we're at. Let's see how much of a progress I make. I may not have much of a progress because I think I was frogging, so I will continue to frog, and I think that's where I stopped. Let me see if I can zoom in so you can see where the frogging was. And there's the frogging. Can you see the frogging right there? Look at the frogging. Look at the frogging. Ah! So I would be, I might not have as much progress as I think, but it's so pretty. So see you tomorrow. Hey, Stitchy friends. Today is Friday, February 6th, 2026. It is day 2 of my stitching on angelfish for my beautiful February fancy folks. Yesterday I shared with you where I started, and today it looks the same, but it's not. Why? I frogged all of this. Like I had to frog. I don't know if you can see the holes where I frogged, but I frogged all of this. I literally was 2 stitches off when from here to here. I was missing 2 stitches, so I was completely off. So I frogged this entire thing, and I restitched it. I made sure I counted up, I counted down, and then I started filling in. So I believe I did like 300 stitches yesterday, including the frogging. So yeah, because I literally frogged everything, and then I started from here, and then I started stitching up and then stitching down and then filling up. So my plan for today is to try to fill all of this up, including the beads, because there's some beautiful beads that come this way. These are beads. So yeah, the beads here, and I think there's some beads up here. See the beads? So my plan for today is to try to fill this up and then go from there. Hopefully I can, let's see, because it is beautiful. I am loving, the more I look at it, the more I see the orange against the green. I'm loving it more and more. Let's see how much I can do for day 2. Hi, Stitchy friends. Today is Sunday, February 8th, 2026. You may be wondering how I jumped from Friday, February 6th to Sunday, February 8th. And that is because I had a fibro flare up yesterday and I was in too much pain and I could not stitch. So this is my stitching from Friday, night before. And I don't know if you can tell, but I started filling in here. I closed this here up, and I think I stitched 199 stitches on Friday, and that's all I'm doing. So what I'm trying to do today is see how much I can fill this up, because today will be the last day I stitch on this one before I switch to my next project, which will be, what would my next project be? My next project will be Golden Gold Uphills. So today will be the last time I'll be sharing this for you, because you know I'm changing them every 4 days, hopefully, and we will see what the great review will be. I hope I get to do a big one. Until next one. And here is where I'm at. So I did do a lot of frogging with this one, but I'm happy that I did frog because I am happy with the results. And this is one of those that I can see me picking it up during the summer to work on it. I don't know, because you know me and plans. My focus right now is celebrations. If anybody has seen my other flash tubes, you know my focus is celebrations. But once celebrations is done, we'll see. But look how beautiful it's coming along. This is really coming along really, really gorgeous. So let's see. Isn't it gorgeous? I mean, and the colors, I love it. And what's sad is some days I was only able to do 100 stitches. Some days I was able to do 200 stitches. But because I am stitching other projects, but I am happy with the progress. So the next one that I worked on was Golden Gold Apples. And now I am going to be like, Golden Gold Apples is destined to be, I am planning to make Golden Gold Apples like one of my focus pieces once I figure out what the heck I'm doing for this year, but it's going to be one of my destined pieces. And here is where the progress video is going to be inserted. Good morning, Stitchy friends. Today is Monday, February 9th, 2026, and we are going to be working on project number 3 for Fancy Folk February. And today we will start Golden Girl Apples, one of my favorite Mirabillias. I will be stitching her on a printed fabric from Fabric Flair. It's a 28 count Lugana, if I'm correct. It feels like a Lugana, called Wood from Fabric, like I said, from Fabric Flair. So this is what it looks like. This is where it's at. Of course, I've done a color conversion. Beautiful pinup girl. I've done a color conversion, and I think the reason why I did the color conversion was because she was sitting in the middle of an apple orchard, and I'm like, you know what? Apple orchard in the sun. Yeah, you need to have a tan. So if anybody is interested in the color conversion for her skin, please let me know. I'll be more than happy to share. So let's see how much of that I would be done tomorrow. See you tomorrow. Bye. Today is Tuesday, February 10th, 2026, and this is day 2 of my stitching on Golden Girl Apples from Mirabilia. And this is where I'm at. So you can see that I stitched here, I came up the arm and I stitched on her hair piece, and I stitched around here. So I think I stitched like around almost 400, maybe 500, I don't remember. So I did have to frog because I realized that I had the wrong color in the darker parts, so I had to frog and restitch. But I am loving how it's looking, and let's see how much more I can do today. On a side note, my husband saw her, fell in love with her, so she may become a focus piece for this year. Let's see. See you tomorrow. Hi, Stitchy friends. Today is Wednesday, February 11th, 2026. This is day 3 of my working on Golden Girl Apples. I am doing a skin conversion. This is how much I've done. So I started working on disarray, and I started working on her arm. So this is how much I did. I didn't get to do as much as I wanted to do yesterday, but I still got to do some, and it is starting to look more and more beautiful. So let's see how much more I can get done. Hopefully I can get some done today, because tomorrow will be the last day. So I will show you one more of her tomorrow, and then that will be it. See you tomorrow. Hi, Stitchy friends. Today is Thursday, February 12th, 2026, and this is day 4, the final day of my working on Golden Girl Apples from Mirabilia. And this is the progress. So you will not be seeing the final progress, but I did this and here, and I filled right here up. So she is looking beautiful. I am loving it. So the question is, will I be giving her gray eyes or hazel eyes? We'll see at the end of the month. Till next time. And what will tomorrow project be? I think it's mermaid perfume. See you tomorrow. And here is where she's at. I love Golden Girl Apples so much. Look at how much progress I made. And I am disappointed in myself that I didn't do more progress than this. But she is gorgeous. She's a pinup girl. She is beautiful. She's got this beautiful suntan from sitting in the apple orchard. The sun is setting, the sun is setting, and yeah, so it's a little bit of a full coverage. There's a piece, so it's almost full coverage. I didn't realize until now as I'm stitching, but it also makes it very serene because it's like block stitching, and I'm enjoying it. I didn't think I was going to enjoy it so much, and I can see myself focusing on this. This is like my number one focus finish once I finish Celebration. I can see me pulling this out at least once a month for like 2 days, and focusing on once a month for 2 days because I'm really enjoying her. So, but look how gorgeous she is. So my next one was Mermaid Perfume, my other favorite one, which I did a color conversion, and I'm going to insert the video right here. Hi Stitchy friends, today is Friday, February 13th, 2026, and we are going to start working on project number 4, not project number 3, which is Mermaid Perfume. And of course, I am doing my own conversion, and this is where she's at. It's a little bit big. I am stitching her on a 25 count Lugana called Alaskan Blue, and this is where she's at currently. So I'm kind of moving her so that you can be able to see the whole project. She was also part of my WIPCO for this month, so this is where I'm at, and I will no longer be stitching her for WIPCO. So from now on, for the next 4 days, she'll be part of my February folks, and I hope to get a very big part of her completed. So see you tomorrow. Hey Stitchy friends, today is Sunday, February 15th, 2026. It is day 3 of my stitching on Mermaid Perfume. I was not able to stitch on it yesterday. Yesterday was Valentine's Day, and it was my Stitchy Saturday, and I stitched on something else. So unfortunately, I missed stitching on Mermaid Perfume yesterday, but you know what? That's okay. So Friday, I filled in right here, and I stitched in this area so we can see that it's coming along right here. Today, I'm hoping to fill in some more here and fill this in. So let's see how much I can stitch on today. So see you tomorrow. Tomorrow will be the last day that I work on this. See you tomorrow. Hi Stitchy friends, today is Monday, February 16th, 2026. It is day 4 of me working on Mermaid Perfume, and this is where I'm at. I was able to fill in some more hair, put in some more beads, so I'm getting there. I put in more beads here, I filled in some more hair. I have been a little bit under the weather, so I haven't been able to stitch as much as I wanted to, but I'm still happy with her progress, and she's coming along beautifully. I really like how she's filling in. I'm liking how she's got the look of a fish, you know, the fish tail, the mermaid tail with the intricates of the teals and the purples, you know. I'm using my imaginations. So I'm really liking how she's looking, and you will be seeing the progress of how much I stitched on her at the end of the month, because this is the last time I'll be showing her. And then tomorrow I will be sharing project number 4, which will be, let me get my book out so I can share it with you. But tomorrow it will be project number 4, which will be, I'm sorry, not project number 4, project number 5, which will be Lavender Mist. Super excited about it. So until tomorrow, bye. And this is how much progress I have made. Let me show you from up here so you can see how much I've done. So I came here and I literally completed all of this. I stitched all of this. I came down here and then I started to fill the column and this is where I'm at. So this is where she's at. She's gorgeous. I am loving her. I am doing my color conversion and I'm just loving on her. I'm just loving on her. I am thinking of changing. So the highlight, I think it's just too white, and I'm thinking of changing the white, because it's white, into like a lighter skin tone. So I might go back and change that because I just don't like how white she looks. I know it sounds bad. I know she needs highlight, but I might just change that. But look how gorgeous. I'm super excited. This is my #1 priority. So I have 4 mirrors that I do want to work on finishing for this year. They are my focus pieces to finish. She is one of them. Golden Girl Apples is another. Pretty to Think, which is not part of this, is another. So there's 3. And then I forgot which one. I think it's Miss Dancing Flower, which is next. But she is coming along beautifully and I'm enjoying her. And this one is Mermaid Perfume. The next one is Lavender Mist, and I'm inserting her right here. Hello, 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 Stitchy friends. Today is Tuesday, February 17th, 2026, and it is project number 5, and we are doing lavender lace. I will be working on lavender lace for the next 4 days. So I am stitching lavender lace on a 14-count opalescent Aida from Picture This Plus called Crystal Da Vinci. And I am using the called for colors, and I think I will be making her a little tanner. I like them when they're a little bit tanner. I don't know, maybe it's because I'm tanned, so I like them a little bit more tanner. And yes, so this is where I'm at. Oops, sorry about that. This is where I'm at. And let's see. I think I'm gonna go up, and then we'll see where we're gonna go from there. And yes, I will bead as I go. So I do have the beads because I always try to have them pair up. So they're the beads. I do have the beads and the clinic. And yeah, did I say it was an opalescent Aida? Yes. Okay. Let's see where we go. See you tomorrow. Hi, Stitchy friends. Today is Wednesday, February 18th, 2026. I am working on project number 5. This is day 2 of Lavender Mist. I introduced project number 5 on yesterday, and this is where I'm at. I didn't get to stitch a lot because, of course, I'm also stitching on other stuff. But I was able to complete this flower, and I started on her arm. And unfortunately, sad for me, I don't know why, but it's called counted count stitch, cross stitch, and for some strange reason, I don't know how to count. So after I had done all of this, and I'm pretty sure you can see the little holes here. After I had done all of this, I had to frog all of this and recount. So I am I frogged, and I'm going to be working on her arm, which is right here. I'm working on her arm. I'm going to try to see if I can work on her arm and come up and work on her shoulders and then on her face. And yes, I am doing a color conversion, so if anyone is interested, please let me know. And let's see how much I get done for today. Hi, Stitchy friends. Today is Thursday, February 19th, 2026. It is day 3 of my working on project number 5, which is Lavender Mist. I am working on this for 3 days. So this is day 3, for 4 days, I'm sorry. And this is day 3. This is what I've done so far. I don't know why it looks so dark. Anyway, it's more lavender than this. I don't know. I'm trying to see if I can get it to lighten up. But can I bring it back a little bit to see? Yeah, That looks a little bit better. Anyway, so yesterday I did around 215 stitches. So I added here, and I'm working on her hand. Let me see. So this is her hand. So I did the highlight of her hand. As you can see, she's being tanned. It's almost like my skin color. Look at that. So I did this highlight of her hand, and what I'm gonna do is, I was trying to go up, but wow, I didn't realize how. Anyway, so I think I'm gonna try to see if I can work on the flower arrangement instead of going up to her head. I don't know what I'm doing. So let's see what I do today, and then we'll see what I do tomorrow. And of course, tomorrow will be the last day. So you'll see tomorrow morning what I did, and then you'll see the final of the project in March. See you tomorrow. Bye. And this is where Lavender Mist is. So this is her arm. This is where I've highlighted her. I've done a color conversion. And this is where she's at. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Really, really enjoying them. The next one is Miss Dancing Flower, and she's being inserted right here. Today is Friday, February 27th, 2026. I am currently at the Stitch and Bee retreat. I will be stitching on Miss Dancing Flower. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to stitch as many days as I was able to, so she is project number 6. So Miss Dancing Flower is currently being stitched on a 28 opalescent Lugana by the name of Frigga, and this is where she is currently at, and I am looking forward to sharing with you what the next project will be. See you next time. Isn't she gorgeous? I'm so excited. Today is Saturday, February 28, 2026. It is the last day of Fancy Folk February, and will be the last day of my stitching on Miss Dancing Flower. This is, I am currently at the Stitch and Bee retreat, and this is what I was able to stitch yesterday. Unfortunately, I didn't bring all of my fibers, so this is all I was able to do with the limited numbers that I have. I stitched on her head, I stitched on the flower down here, but I don't know what the plan is today. I do have some threads, but not all of them, and let's see where I go from here. I did enjoy working on this. I did enjoy working on this projects, and I'm hoping I can do something like this next time. Let's see what March brings. Until next time, bye. And here is Miss Dancing Flower. So I completed here, right here. And then I came down and I completed the sleeve. And I went up a little bit in her arm. And then I realized I have a miscount someplace around here. So I started to frog right here because I had stitched this here. And I'm like, wait, this is not right. So I'm glad I was able to, I came over here and I came down this way, because coming down this here, while I was coming down this here, I was like, wait a minute, but why isn't this? And then I look, I'm like, no, I counted wrong here. So I'm going to fix that. But I'm glad I was able to catch that now rather than later. But look how beautiful she's looking. And look at the sparkle. Yes, I bead as I go, and I bead as I go because I stitch in hand. So look how gorgeous she's looking. And those were the 6 ladies that I was able to work on. The last one was supposed to be Mermaid of Atlantis, and I have her here just as an honorary mention. This is her. This is where she's at. But unfortunately, I wasn't able to work on her. But I'm still happy and still satisfied with the fact that I was able to touch 6 of my 7 whips. Mermaid of Atlantis was also part of my whip goal for February. I was not able to work on her for that, but I'm still going to try to work on her to catch up for whip goal for February. And I heard that Jessie Marie does stuff also called the March numbers. So I'm gonna finagle it into the whip goal Wednesdays. So, and I will update you all on Wednesdays, Floss Tube. Until next time. Every day, remember, every day may not be good, but there's good in every day. Be kind and smile. It may be the brightest thing someone saw today. Until next one. Bye-bye.